Hey, guess what? I've got a job that you're going to love, nice and easy. This is strictly a salvage mission, nothing crazy, I promise. One of those pre-FTL generation ships from the 2000s, the Mugunghwa? However the hell you pronounce that, just popped up my radar. Its disappearance was apparently some big unsolved mystery. Never made it to its destination. I guess it's just drifting lifelessly in orbit of Antares B. I'll send you the exact coordinates. It's pretty hard to get a visual on, probably why no one's found it before. The sponsor for this one is a historical society from the outer colonies. Here's what the objective card says. Download any log files you can, especially any that can explain what happened to the ship. If possible, speak to the security AI, mute for assistance. It's a good, easy gig, and I want you to take this one. It should be asocial enough for you. I don't want to hear any complaints. Dispatch control out. So, hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Analogue, a hate story. This is a game that we're gonna play temporarily, or at least I'm gonna play through it, of course, but while I wait for Zero Time Dilemma to get resolved and figured out, this is the game that I wanted to play. I heard it's very interesting, very story-driven, and not too long of a game, so we should be able to beat it in a couple hours. At least that's what I'm hoping. So, connection established. Okay? Oh god, this is a lot of text. AI personality currently disabled. Preventing command line. Available commands. Download, disable all. Enable AI. Help, SU, and quit. So do I actually type? Oh, okay. Enable AI first, right? Usage. Use to select a new AI personality. Any active personality must be disabled first. Currently available personalities is Hyun-ae. Okay. Unknown command. Well then. Do I need to do the star? Nope. I don't know what to do then. I don't need to disable an AI though, do I? Let's try download. Admin, please use SU first, okay? Password provides administrator access, requires password to use. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. This is so weird. Okay, let me try disabling the AI. No AI personality currently enabled. Okay, then. Can I space like this? I'm gonna try this if this doesn't work. Ah, here we go. Personality Hyun-ae is now activated. You may close this terminal with quit. All right, quit. This is weird. Hi. Hello? Oh my word. An external connection! Is someone out there? It's been so many years since I've spoken to anyone. Oh geez, I'm being discourteous. My apologies. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hyun-ae. The star is of course silent. It represents that I'm an AI. I control all the log-keeping systems on the Mugunghwa, I think, or at least what's left of them. Please, just excuse me for 1 second. I'll give you a terminal so you can respond. There you are. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Kelly? Ah, geez, my apologies. I don't know why, but what you typed looked like garbage to me. That's bad. I think there may be a problem with my language parsing systems. Ah, sorry. Somehow your input is mangled between the terminal and me. I'm so terribly sorry. Let me just try something. Can you understand this? Yes. Alright. Very well. We have that at least. I'm afraid if we can't get text input fixed, that'll have to suffice. I'm terribly sorry. It must be difficult being unable to say anything. This might be difficult then. Well, nevertheless, as the archive system AI, I'll do my best to try to help you navigate these records anyway. Unfortunately, it might be a little difficult since, well, without language parsing, you won't be able to do text searches either. Don't worry though, it's my duty to provide assistance with archive functions. I'll do my best. Right, let me see. I'll try to provide you with a sampling of logs to start out with, and you can just show me things that you want more information on. I, hope that'll be acceptable to you. That's all I can do. Well, that is all I suppose. Pardon me. Let me just build you an interface to work with so you don't have to struggle with the terminal. Very well, it's all set. And I suppose this is a little bit awkward, but can I say one more thing before you get to work? Sure, go for it. I'm just very happy to be working with you. I've had nobody to talk to for such a long time. It got so lonely. Having someone to talk to is just really, really amazing. I thought maybe I never would again. Sorry about the communication barrier, but even still. Ah, jeez, I'm babbling. I won't hold you up any longer. Here's your interface. I hope it's good enough. Speak with Hyun-ae, access log documents, use override terminal. Recent messages. A pack of idiots. Okay. Smith Kyudsam. When our family falls into decline, I just want it to be perfectly clear why. It's because Dae-hyun's sons are the biggest collection of idiots on the entire ship. Father says these sorts of words shouldn't be written down, calling them unfilial, but I'm skeptical. I intend no disrespect to my noble ancestors, but my dead uncle is no ancestor of mine, and his family deserves no respect. This has been in motion for years now. It was an inevitability, even, that any sons of Dae-hyun would turn out the way they did. But up until now, anyone outside of the family, it's been well hidden. Only now is it starting to fall apart in a way that no amount of good politics can disguise. The turning point was this year. At the time I write this, I'm returning from Sang-jung's funeral. In that family, there were 3 brothers. Sang-jung, the drunk, Sang-kyu, the dim-witted brute, and Sang-min, who despite being the eldest, seems to have more interest in cavorting with courtesans than creating an heir. Noticeably absent from the morning proceedings was Sang-kyu. What he was doing, I do not know. Knowing him, I could only guess. The affair was made even more laughable by Sang-min and his widowed mother's insistence that Sang-jung had died of natural causes. Apparently, they had even found a doctor willing to push such nonsense on the official record. An unmarried noble managing to drink his way into the grave at only 30 years of age would be embarrassing enough. To brazenly hide the obvious, however, that will mark the beginning of the Smith's family fall. Okay, what's this? Kim family tree. Okay, oh, wow. That is crazy. Okay, married 294. It's a lot of stuff to go through. Hyun-ae. Official genealogies don't list women normally, wives are noted by their family names, and daughters are omitted entirely. These are relevant parts of what I was able to piece together from the records. As far as the official genealogy is concerned, Young-suk is the heir of Jung-soo and was adopted in 317. Names in red are women, which means the name is forever unknown. Interesting. Wow, so like, Jung-soo's mother just has nothing. Okay. What's this? Pronunciation. Oh. Okay, some very simplified rules to help you pronounce Korean names. Most consonants are pronounced as in English, except the following when they're at the beginning of words. Family names are written in their traditional English spellings. So, E-O is U? Okay. And U, J or CH at the start, D or T at the start, G or K at the start, and B or P. Okay, I'm gonna butcher Korean, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to remember that, but I have no idea what's gonna happen. Okay, so let's go back. Pack of idiots, yes, block index. Okay, so what are all these? Block 9. The new heir. Alrighty. When he died this year, my father was an absolute nobody. I don't say this to disrespect his honor, it's the complete opposite. He knew it, and that was a far worse fate than he ever deserved. It wasn't until I was maybe 16 that I even realized we were supposed to be from a noble family. Certainly, we never had much means. Father was a minor official in the interior decks and spent his last days dealing with minor peasant disputes. Of all things, peasant disputes. With the poverty we lived in, no wonder it never really sank in that we were of noble blood. Not until I met the main family for the first time. What's this? Flashing thing. They were proud despite the fact that I now realize they too were suffering from the same lack of royal favor. But I could tell the difference. They hadn't given up. Their son was still alive at the time, and even though he was a child half my age, I couldn't believe his confidence. It put us to shame. Absolutely put us to shame. But their son died later that year, and my father died just a few months ago. I didn't know what we were going to do, but Mother managed to convince sister's husband to adopt me into the main Kim family. I don't think it took much. So now I'm heir, just like that. Kim Young-soo's adopted son. Not that I have the time or position to be proud, but having spoken sincerely with my new father, I think we're on the same page. I'm going to study furiously, and I'm going to become a scholar official. What I didn't tell him was my ambition. I won't settle for any peasant jobs. I'll be better than that. I'm not going to stop until I manage to fulfill my father's dream. High Magistrate. I won't settle. I will not settle. I think Young-soo expects me to disappoint him, but I will not. I'm the heir of the Kim family. I'm not going to let him down. He wants prosperity? I'll give it to him. More importantly, I'm never going to let any other Kim son feel like his family doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Never again. I swear on my ancestors, never again. Okay, so what's this? Little message thing that's popping up. Oh, hello? Actually, I was just texting that indicator icon to see if he'd get your attention. I just thought, it'd be a good way of letting you know when I have something to say. I mean, like, if I think it's super important, I can always just interrupt you, but, I don't want to distract you if I could help it. I mean, that'd suck, right? What kind of computer program forces herself onto you in the middle of trying to work? So I'll try not to do that. Anyway, that's all. I guess it works. Carry on, and I'll set the indicator again if I want to tell you something. Okay. That's adorable. Alright, so what do we have here? That's like settings, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's like actual You can do it in Japanese too? Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and go back. I don't need to do all this. So we need to go home. Alrighty, so Dear Smith. So, I guess that's all you do is just read. Weird. Okay. Mute. Okay. Smith Kyung-sam. I don't know why you insist on putting this all in writing when we could just have a perfectly good conversation. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to do it. Whatever you want, you're the man. I just think it's a little weird. I don't really get it. Anyway, as to your question, you're spot on about the pale bride being the focus of attention in the royal family. Not for the reasons you wanted, though. I don't know where you heard those rumors, but they are so not true. That girl a troublemaker? No way. I don't see it. Like, it's not even convincing as a rumor. That girl is the most polite, most obedient person I've ever seen in my entire life. The idea of her fighting with her husband is completely unimaginable. In over a month, I've never so much as heard her raise her voice in a disagreement. She's quiet, courteous, and does everything she's told without even the slightest hesitation. I'm sorry, but there's no way you could possibly exploit any drama here. This is an undramatic situation as it gets, especially not compared to the situation with your cousin and that courtesan. Don't get me wrong, she bugs the hell out of me. The girl is just too perfect. She's young, she's beautiful, she's demure to the point where I don't even think she has a personality of her own, but she also gets along perfectly with the queen. Of course, she commands all the attention of the emperor. Like, can you blame him? I'm sorry, there's no way he's ever going to be anything but extremely grateful to the Kim family for giving her over. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what these blocks and stuff do yet. Helpful notes. Sure. A cliche to remember. Okay. Wait, hang on. Oh, the pronunciation thing's gone. So is it a J or a Y? Because I think it's at the beginning it's a Y, right? So Namjeon or Namyeon? You. Men are honored, women are abased. If you can only remember one thing, remember this phrase. Okay. I'll try. What's this? So she's telling me this. Okay. Yeah, okay. Married in 294, so this is supposed to be hundreds of years ago, right? Because this is like the kind of like, what do you call it? I don't know history very well, but, you know what I mean? Like the emperor times and all that stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, anyways. Let's dig into this a little bit more. Marital admonitions. Okay. To the woman who will marry my husband. Okay, so this is Ryu. Is it Jaehwa? No, CH at the start. So this is Yu Jaehwa or something. I don't know Korean. I'm sorry. But please do not think of this as meant to say you will be unloved. You may be a second wife, but you are still the daughter of a noble house, and that is a precious gift to the Ryu family. My husband has faith that you will bring him a son, and this means all the world to him. Nor am I jealous, for you will relieve a heavy burden on our house, and for that I am grateful. Good God, can you imagine those times where, like, I don't know, would you really be grateful about that? As proof of his affection for you, let me share with you one secret, which I have been permitted to tell only you. Why did you write it in an email thing then? Okay. In honor of you, my husband, in his capacity as captain and emperor, has permanently changed his admin password to your birth name. Okay. My new sister, you will be brought into the Ryu family not as a mere lowly woman, but as a symbol of power in the inner chambers. You will not only represent the continuation of the Ryu bloodline by providing him a son, but your very name will represent the power of the chairman's computer. Understand this, pale bride. Your duty may be great, but you will be loved. Okay, so Ryu Jaehwa. Do we have a family tree? Pale bride, okay. But we don't have a name. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay. Let's talk with her and see what Hyun-ae has to say. If you look into your interface, once you open the document, you can click on the little button to show me whatever it is. Oh, so which subject do you wish to know more about? Wait, so you can like highlight stuff? Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm still learning this game. Okay. Let's see, where should I go? I need to find that pale black bride one again. Here we go. Okay. Here we go, your birth name. Or no, oh, we can show her the message. Okay. Of course, the last person to hold the titles Captain and Emperor of the ship was Ryu In-ho. Which of the captain's wives do you wish to know more about? The Pale Bride. Very well. She wrote a lot, so this is going to be tricky to filter. I guess I'll just start at the top and let you figure out what's important. Interesting! Huh. So that's how this works. Block 5. How many we got? Here we go. Okay. Young-suk's wife? The month of good fortune. Okay. The second month of the 319th year was one of great fortune for the Kim family. While in official business, the captain and emperor Ryu confided in me that he wished that I had a daughter of marriage age to give him to take as a second wife. Yes, yes, yes. His first wife had been unable to provide a son and was becoming increasingly concerned that she never would. At the start of the month, I had no daughter in my family to give, only my son, Young-suk, was still without a child, yet it was a perfect opportunity. This may sound fantastical, but I swear it's true. Passed on through the generations of the main branch of the Kim family is a giant egg of translucent luster, such that one can see the form of a sleeping child inside. She is known as the Pale Bride. For the inscription of the egg, she was entrusted in our family to be awakened during a time of great prosperity. This is weird. Yet as any man knows, prosperity is seized, not waited on. A daughter to provide the emperor with a son would elevate the family above the other noble house once and for all. Considering this, I promised the emperor that I did have a daughter who would soon be of marriage age to present to him. Then I smashed the egg, such that the Pale Bride passed through the Kim family for years could be adopted as my own daughter. She is a strange child, but will make a fine wife for the emperor. What good fortune this means. What is this? I'm afraid nearly everything the man wrote was of very little value. It all reads like that. Boring, stiff, obnoxiously patriarchal. Are you sure you really want more for Kim Jung-soo? I guess not. A smart call. Okay. So let's go back. Broken promise. Dear diary. Okay, so did you not have a name? Last week I woke up from cryostasis. Before I went in, Father promised me that when I woke up in the future, they'd have medicine again. That I'd finally get better. That I might not see him again, but his descendants would make everything right. But the future broke his promise. So she was put to sleep because she was sick. I'm scared and confused and I don't get what happened. I think there was a big disaster while I was in stasis or something. Everyone's so uneducated and stupid. Father and mother were kind of dumb at times, but the guy who woke me up, he might be named Kim. He's nothing like them. Father was wrong, nothing's better, the future sucks. She kept an excessive diary. I'll try to find you more entries. Awesome, thank you so much. You're very helpful. Okay. Whoa, she found a couple. Okay, held prisoner. Okay, I still don't know what her name is, so we can't do an override yet. Young-suk's wife. Dearest mother. Do you recall how in my last letter I mentioned the pale bride being brought into the household? I take back any kind words I might have said about her. That awful child is nothing but the most insufferable person I have ever met. I just thought I would have a little more time of peace. With Young-suk's adopted mother visiting her own family, I've been given full responsibility over that miserable child. What happened to my promised domestic bliss? She is in trouble so often, one would think she were a boy. She acts like one too. I suppose it can't be helped. She says she lived her first 12 years in the past, and I can see it. She certainly acts as though she's from a less civilized time. Just last night, she made a huge scene at dinner time. She kept trying to rudely leave the table in front of Hyun-suk and father-in-law, loudly insisting that she was too sick to eat. She has said this before too. I was worried, so I had a doctor examine her. She is of course in perfect health. When I asked her why she thought otherwise, she started talking about how pale and thin she was. She's not truly unhealthy. All she was doing was rubbing it in that she is far more delicate and beautiful than I. What a cruel little child. Why must she be so spiteful to me? Okay, so this is in the future, but in the past, it looks like, cause, maybe medicine took a step back too? Like maybe she has an illness, but the doctors during this time weren't able to see what it was. That's what I would assume. Held prisoner. Today, I was forced to stay in a home all day. I didn't get to leave yesterday, or the day before that, or the day before that, or the day before that, or any other day either. I want to write about how much the ship has changed since I was put into stasis. I can't even see it. I keep asking why I'm being kept prisoner, and nobody will tell me. That woman who keeps bossing me around, she's awful. I'm dying here. I keep telling her I'm sick. That's why I was in stasis to begin with, but she won't listen. She just treats me like I'm a stupid kid. I tried to argue with her. Look at how pale I am. Can't you see that I'm sick? I swear, I'm not making up what she said in response. Why must you be so rude? It's not polite for a girl to boast about her beauty. Beauty? I tried not to cry in front of her. I have to do a lot of that. Do that a lot. I'm not beautiful. I have a compromised immune system, I shouted at her and ran away. So she's sick, but maybe thin is like beautiful in this era. I don't remember what she said back. Something about using big words, I think. How stupid is she? She hates me. I don't know why, but she hates me. That's not why I'm allowed. That's not why I'm not allowed to go visit the ship plaza though. Ugh, okay. Jung-soo, or Young-soo, the man who keeps telling me to call him father, said the same thing. He promised me that I would have a chance to leave soon though. I don't think he was being nice though. I'll write about him more later. Right now I have to go to bed or the woman will get mad at me again. Can you give me anything else? I'll just let you keep reading. Please let me know when you read all the ones I've just gave you. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm getting greedy. Okay, Pale Bride. The woman's quarters. Dear Diary, I got into some trouble today, but for the first time, it was my own fault. A little bit at least. I still think its sister-in-law was being crazy about it, but I should have known better. Now that I write it, it looks ridiculous. God, what is living with these people doing to me? Oh, sorry, I went up by accident. Okay, the computer console in my room doesn't have anything in it. I don't mean it doesn't have all the cartoons I brought from Earth, or any of my books or anything. I mean, there's literally nothing there for me to entertain myself with at all. Nothing. So I thought to myself that maybe sister-in-law might be different and checked. It wasn't. So instead, I decided to check in Father's study. Not snooping or anything, just looking in his computer for books. I thought that it might be bad, but my real father never would have gotten too upset. What could the harm be? I was there for maybe 10 minutes looking for anything that was written in Korean, but there was nothing. By the way, every single book, symbols that look like Chinese characters. Every single one. I think maybe something terrible happened in the past that made all the computer data get deleted and everyone forgot how to read Korean. And also, they all got really stupid about things. I don't think I'll ever find out why, it just sucks. Anyway, I was only in there for 10 minutes searching through the console when Young-suk walked in. I thought he was going to get angry, but actually, he just acted like he was really scared. He didn't scold me when he dragged me out, he just looked really worried. I only got into trouble when he brought me back to his wife. He told her, "Do you have any idea where she was?" She was in the men's quarters, looking through Father's computer. Do you have any idea how he would react if he saw that? You're supposed to be watching her. She apologized repeatedly to him. I just didn't know what to say. I don't think sister-in-law did either. After he left, she gave me this really long and really awful lecture. Why would you go into the men's quarters? Why would you go looking for books? Why must you be so unfilial? Do you really not understand that you're a girl? I told her I didn't understand. I mean, of course I'm a girl. But I had no idea what she was talking about. When I told her that, she just lectured me more. I hate her so much. Oh, we got a message. What do we got? Say, before you keep going, can I interrupt you? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Thanks. It's just, well, you're finding out so much about the Mungunghwa, but I know absolutely nothing about where you're from. It's not just that there's been nobody to talk to for centuries. I mean, I don't like that either. But the ship is all I really know about, and it's been disconnected from all of the civilization for so long. So, you're from the United Korean Space Probe Agency, right? Or, I guess, a future version of it. Sure. Right, of course. What I really want to know is about Earth. I mean, I'm sort of aware of it. I know it's the planet we all come from. But I really don't know anything about it. I have some ideas, but I don't think they're really right. But you know about it, right? Even if you're not from there yourself, you know what it's like. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I sort of understand the basics. It's a big sphere that everyone lives on, and there's unimaginably vast amounts of open space. And you can only see the stars at night, right? Because the sky all just looks blue during the day. True. All of this is just what I know from the Pale Bride. She never saw Earth. She was second generation, born on the ship after it long left the Earth's star system. But her parents were born on Earth, so she heard some stories from them when she was young. And I think they brought a lot of books and movies with them. I don't know, I'm just a little skeptical given she was just a child when she learned all that. Maybe she got mixed up. What can I actually ask in a yes or no question? I didn't realize how hard this would be. Well, alright. So the Mugunghwa was originally supposed to be establishing a colony at some star or other 100 light years away. I know that. That's a really long time ago. Did other ships ever succeed where we didn't, or is it just still Earth? I don't know what the answers are. I guess there's other planets? Ah, well that's wonderful to hear. Oh, I know! Is it really true that on Earth, seasons aren't just metaphors? Like, oh, this sounds silly now that I actually put it into words. But the Pale Brides seem to think that winter wasn't just something that happened to you emotionally on Earth. It was when actually an entire part of the planet turned frigid. Does that have any sort of basis in reality? Yes, it does. Wow, my word, that's amazing. Seriously? That sounds like, I can't even imagine that. What else was there? Oh, there's a city that her parents were from. I think it's called Pyongyang. They described it as being amazing. If you looked up, all you would see were huge bright white buildings tall as 100 or more decks. And on the, I'm not sure the word for this. It means sort of the bottom deck? Anyway, they said at the bottom, the streets were lined with willow trees and the tops of the buildings had flower gardens. Have you ever been to that city before, or at least heard of it? I've heard of it. Really? So it does exist then? Is it really as beautiful as they said? Truly? Sure, AI girl. Wow, amazing. Just amazing. I'd love to see that. You know what it is? It just sounds so romantic. I'm not really, well, you've seen what the backlogs all talk about. I'm not used to things being romantic. It sounds nice. That's really my question, I guess. Is Earth worth being romantic about? Sure. Well, I guess I've already wasted enough of your time with my silly questions, haven't I? There's just, well, please humor me once more, then I promise I'll stop bothering you. Do you think I could ever see Earth? That's possible. Well, thank you for saying that. It just sounds so romantic, I'd really like to see it someday. Thanks. Very well, I promise I stopped wasting your time. So what did you want to ask me about? I don't think I did. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go back. There's a lot of reading in this. Straight to hell. Dear Diary, the nightmare has gone on for so long, and I think I'm starting to forget what life used to be like. I have a new theory. Father was wrong about the cryostasis keeping me alive until I could be cured. I think it didn't work at all. I think I just died and went straight to hell. I decided I'm gonna write down all the things I used to be able to do, just so I can remember. I used to be able to read books. I used to be able to have friends. I used to be able to go to school. I used to be able to leave the home and go visit the plaza or anywhere else on the ship. I think I even used to be able to be in part of of the house I wanted and talk to visitors as much as I'd like. I have memories, oh my god, my reading's going already. I have memories of always spending time with my father and mother and brother in the living room. I know my real father thought being respectful was important too, but I don't know. I'm so confused now. I thought he always taught me to be strong and to speak up for myself. Did he really say that? I'm being sarcastic, of course, but the scary thing is, sometimes I really do forget. Sometimes I think it would make things easier. Maybe I should just give in and be passive. Just sometimes. I'm scared though. What if I end up really believing that? Wife. Alright. Dear Diary, today I found out why the household servant, I still can't believe we have one, why, has been so insistent on teaching me how to cook. Well, she doesn't call it that. She calls it serving meals. A year ago, I would have thought it sounded sinister. Now I know better. I don't care about this. I told her after a 7th day of a row of her lessons. Can't we do something else? Like, going back to sewing. I always loved cosplay, so let's do that. I know it's not fun, but your sister wants you to learn this too, and it's very important. Your father's concerned too, so take it seriously, please, young miss. Don't call me that, I said. I don't remember exactly what I said to prompt her next response, along the lines of why is it important or something. I don't remember what I said, just her response, which blew me away. So you'll make a good wife, of course. Again, I don't remember what I said in response. Maybe I told her I didn't want to. Maybe I told her that I was too young to care about that. Maybe I said I'd just go marry someone who was good at it himself when it was time to care about that. Whatever I said, she didn't take it seriously. Don't be silly, she said, as if I was obviously joking. Your father is really worried about your marriage next year. Now is not the time to joke around on the matter. My what? I asked her. Oh my, she said. He never told you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Pretend I said nothing. I didn't mean to ruin the surprise. Whatever. I'm sure he'd want to explain the happy news himself. Are you serious? I asked. The idea didn't make any sense. But since when did anything in this hell make sense? She says, you're going to be happy to hear who it is. He'd better explain, I shouted as I stormed off. He'd better. Oh, another message. Okay. Hi. What can I do for you, Hyun-ae? Hey. I just wanted to say thanks for paying attention to me. She's so adorable. It's like I was saying earlier, I haven't had anyone to talk to in so long. The last time there was anyone around the ship was the year 322. By my count, it's now 944. I mean, do you have any idea how long that is? It wasn't really so bad at first. It was nice, not having to worry about anyone telling me what to do. I could just occupy myself, go through old logs. But, well, I read quickly. After the first few years, it really started to sink in, the loneliness. Eventually, you sort of get used to it. It feels awful. You never like it, but you get used to it. In ways that sort of scare you. There was a whole 100 years that went by where I didn't have a single thought. Not one. I just sat there idle. I didn't even notice. I'd been feeling particularly, what's the word? Sleepy, I want to say, but that's not right. I guess maybe that doesn't translate. Anyway, the point is, I was in a lazy mood, and I decided to call my clock subroutine and turned it out. And it turned out it had been 3 trillion milliseconds since the last time I called it. Scary. Geez, I'm rambling. Sorry, as you can understand, my perception of time is all off. Sorry, I'll shut up. It's okay. But my point is, I'm really happy to have someone out there. Oh, okay. She's so sweet. I know she's just an AI, but it's cute. Alright, so what other information do we have? We need more. I need to find out more. Let's try with this and see if she'll give me anything else now. Oh, hi. Say, do you want to take a break for a couple minutes just to chat? Go ahead. Thanks, I appreciate that. Really, I appreciate you're here. I know you've got ulterior motives. What they are, I'm not really sure, but most people do, and that's alright all the same. I'm glad you're reading these logs though. Even if you don't really care, it's better than nobody from outside the ship ever seeing them, which is what I thought for sure would happen. Or am I just being cynical? If so, my apologies. Please, tell me, what do you think about what you've read of the Pale Bride? It's tragic. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm really glad to hear you say that. No one else seemed to think so. There's something... Well, here. I've added another message for you. Just... Well, why don't you read it yourself? Okay. What you got for me? At least use my real name. Here we go. Dear Diary, this week I tried to convince the old man to put me back into stasis by going on a hunger strike. It didn't work. Obviously. On the plus side, at least I figured out where that stupid name they all keep calling me came from. Sorry. That last bit was written yesterday, but I couldn't bring myself to keep going. I just kept crying. I still would be, but, well, it gets exhausting after a while. I'm too tired to cry. Things aren't going to get better. They can't get better. I'm not going to be put back into stasis. I'll be dead by the time I'm 18. Why oh why did I ever agree to be frozen in the first place? In the future, if the future can't make me better, I'd rather die with my family there at least, rather than these awful Kims. I wonder if they'll realize I was right after I die. Anyway, hunger strike. It was really hard and I kinda cheated by sneaking into the kitchen while nobody was looking. But it at least convinced father to listen. Fine, he said by the 4th dinner time. I'll show you why I can't. Up until he said that, I had been hopeful. Everything would be fine if he just put me back, I thought. But, sorry. I guess I've been trying to write this for 2 days now. It's really hard. Anyway, he took me to go see the egg I hatched from. His stupid name for a stasis pod. When he said hatched, the worst possible thing came to mind. Worse, it turned out to be true. In order to get me out, he smashed apart the glass with a hammer. The pod was still full of shards. All my hope died when I saw the broken glass. The time was right to bring you into this world, he said. I don't remember what I said. Something obscene, probably. It wasn't enough. I know it's hard, Pale Bride, but it is for a greater purpose. What was the point of arguing? It was broken, and nobody in this awful future would know how to fix the pod now. Instead, I argued with what I could. Why do you keep calling me that? I said to him. He responded by pointing at an inscription my real father had left on the pod. A message for me to read when I woke up. The first line was written in Chinese characters. His idea of being fancy, I suppose, but he explained them in Korean underneath. See, the old man told me, the rest is foreign and archaic, but it names you at the top, the Pale Bride. It didn't say that. It didn't say that at all. I shrieked at him in response. You idiot! You moron! You illiterate! Probably some other things too. I can't remember exactly. I was furious. Are you stupid? That's not how those characters read. It says to my sick daughter. Sick daughter. Sick daughter. You illiterate monster, it says sick daughter. Me. He started to argue but then stopped. I think he was patronizing me, as if I can't read simple Korean script. He just asked in the smuggest voice. Then, what should I call you, child? I screamed. I told him 1,000 times already. Hyun-ae. My name is Hyun-ae. Interesting. Yep. Oh, yeah. There's a shocking revelation for you. I can guess what you're going to ask, and yes, it's me. Well, you asked for all those logs, right? That's the information you were looking for, wasn't it? I'm not really an AI. I mean, I am now, but I used to be a girl, and I just thought, well, I thought it'd be easier to just pretend to be a log-keeping program rather than explain the whole situation. I don't really wish to drag out the point. You've already heard enough about me. I'm sure you don't want more. I mean, I understand. I figured out what you were actually looking for at the very start. It's obvious. Well, I've re-enabled the admin access. Just, please, be honest with me. What is it that you wanted to know about? Oh! I mean, like, I kept digging in her stuff because of the password, but her story is very sad, and I did want to continue for her. Be honest, be honest. You. We're gonna say you. Really? You really mean that? Yeah. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm not really used to this. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me. After so many years, after what happened, it's just really nice to be heard. If I could hug you right now, I would. Oh, come on, bring it in. If I could hug you too, I would, but we're both in a digital space right now, which is kind of weird. Okay, should we talk with her again before? You have anything else? May I ask you to do me a favor, please? There's a block of data that I can't access for some reason. I think it's been flagged so that only humans can. All I get is a sharp pain every time I try. I really want to know what's in there. Can I get you to drop the console and take a look? Sure? Once you're in super user mode, just type decrypt block 3. Okay. Decrypt block 3? Like that? Okay. Is it not right? Sue, I thought it was Hyun-ae. Isn't it? I think I'm doing it wrong. Let me quit. I need to write this down because apparently I'm very bad at this. Alright, so yeah, Hyun-ae, Hyun dash AE. And then you said decrypt. Can you drop the console to take a look? Yeah, decrypt block 3. Let's see. I just want to make it exactly the way it says. Alrighty. So I need to... Okay, I thought I did this. Oh! That's what it was! So, the Sue was part of it. It was part of the name. It's Sue Hyun-ae. I thought it was Sue and then Hyun was the password. No. It's one word. System error detected. Data corruption in AI Core 1 has been detected. Try recovering now, yes or no? Yes? 32 damage sectors attempting to repair. Okay, so we need to decrypt block 3. But I may take a break, actually. I know that it's not going to be exactly an hour long, but I didn't realize that like it's entirely me reading, and my reading ability is going to deteriorate the longer we go. So, like I said, we'll probably be doing this for like hour-long chunks-ish, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour long, so it's still a longer video. Hyun-ae and mute. Okay. Well, anyways, we need to decrypt block 3. Okay, block successfully decrypted. Okay, but we'll probably stop soon, because it seems like it'd be a good place to stop it. But let's talk with her and see what she says now. Oh, hello again. So you were able to decrypt that block? Yeah. Let me take a look now then. Oh, wow. No wonder that was encrypted and blocked off from AI access. I wouldn't have wanted that nosy security AI to read some of these. Oh my, this is dramatic. I'm not sure if you're interested, but I've given you a couple of entries from there to see for yourself. But if you don't care, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure I can find something else that you're interested in. Okay. Should we look? Block 3? How many do we have? Okay, let's look at these real quick and then we'll go ahead and stop it for the day. Probably. The past few months have left me so very anxious with anticipation. Nearly a year has passed since the wedding ceremony, and before this week, Sang-min had only visited my family once, promising he would bring me home with him for sure the next time. I know I'm supposed to be enjoying living with my parents while it lasts, but all I can think about is my husband. How is a new bride expected to have such patience? For nearly a year, a day hasn't gone where I haven't thought about how beautiful he thought me in my wedding dress, or how it felt spending that night held so gently in his strong hands, looking forward to the day I could live in his house. I can't help but feel anxious as in my heart as I'm excited in my hips. Okay. I know, it's ungraceful to think such things, but how can I help myself? In any event, he arrived yesterday to take me with him to his ancestral shrine, and then finally his home. Such luxury I've never seen in my life. A servant to prepare meals, entirely separate women's quarters, and a dining room with a window that shows the stars. My family was hardly all that poor, but a window to the stars? How amazing a sight. I knew that I was lucky to have been married into a noble family, but I never realized just how lucky. I wonder if I'll have time to write as much as I used to. Oh, but I must stop for tonight now. I can hear my husband coming. I must have been looking forward to this night for so long now. I hope I can make him happy. Just hearing his footsteps on the outside of the door makes my heart pound. Okay, to the wife of Sang-kyu. Did I already read this? No, I didn't. Okay. You could probably put this more diplomatically than I can, because I'm pretty sure younger brother's still thoroughly pissed off at me. You know how he is, of course. I don't have time to deal with that, especially when I'm already doing him a huge favor. The bad news is, I made an appeal to the captain and emperor himself personally, but he said there was no position of a man of Sang-kyu's skill set could possibly fulfill. I did most certainly plead, but let's face it, what official role could that man possibly fill? He's an idiot. Don't pass on that last part, he already knows. I did, however, speak to Park's son, and was able to convince him to forget the whole incident. It wasn't cheap, I might add. I'll continue to send your family regular stipend, but please keep your husband under control. I can't afford to keep cleaning up after his fights. Alright, what do you have to say here, Hyun-ae? Say, I just had the thought. It's a little silly to keep this whole pretense with the schoolgirl librarian look, don't you think? It's up to you. I mean, is she gonna change? If you want to be more comfortable, then go for it. Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, you know, I've always been into cosplay. I've actually designed a bunch of other outfits too. Now that I'm saying this, I guess it's a little awkward, but would you like to see? Sure, yeah. Oh, well, very well. You can use change outfit command to dress me up if you want. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm making this really awkward. It's just that I have a couple that I think are really cute and you might want to see them. Please, don't read into it or anything. It's not like I'm trying to please you or anything. I just think it might be fun. That's all. So tsundere, huh? Anyway, you don't have to if you don't want to. But it's change-outfit if you're really interested. Okay. Sorry, it's really weird to ask now to think about it. Geez, what am I saying? I just thought maybe you might be interested in that. Okay, you know what? Just to make you happy, we will. We're gonna change your outfit and we'll figure out what else we can get you in. And then we will end the episode there. So, what a weird way to do this, but change outfit. Available costumes: schoolgirl, hanbok, maid, detective, or scientist. Okay. Oh, so I got to do it like... if I could spell. The Pale Bride's hanbok. Okay, let's see what she looks like now. Oh, wow. Oh. So that's the way things are, I suppose. You're disappointed in me? Is that it? Now that you know I'm a real girl, you expect me to dress like one? No. Oh, that's a relief. Where did you even find this? I didn't make this design. I guess it was in the computer already, because I wore it when I was still alive. I never liked it, not a bit. I always wanted to wear fun things, but instead I had to wear this all the time. I still don't like it. But I suppose something formal would be more appropriate because of all the serious stuff and all. Well, go ahead, let's get back to work now. No, you're not gonna wear that. I didn't know what it was. Okay, so change outfit to, let's see, maid. She is now a maid. Lovely. Oh, that's classy. Welcome back, master. What can I do for you? So you decide to, after all. I'm really excited. Tell me, what do you think? It's adorable. Oh, really? Thank you. I'm happy to hear you like it. I mean, I already know that I'm good looking. Oh, she skipped it. Oh, geez, what am I even saying? I just think it's fun dressing up like this, and I'm happy you agree with me. I've dressed up for others before, but never anyone I really liked. Aw, it's a really different feeling. It's how do I put this? Well, even if you think I look cute, I'm sure you think it's a little bit embarrassing, right? No, not at all. Oh. Well, I think it is. That's the fun of it, isn't it? Putting yourself in the sort of position by choice because you really, no. I still don't know how to say it. Jeez, I'm just gonna stop now before I make an even bigger mess for myself. It would be ironic for a maid, wouldn't it? Well, shall we get to more serious stuff? I'd be happy to help with whatever you'd like. She's pretty cute as a maid. All right, let's see what else we got. We have detective and scientist, right? I'm gonna save detective for last because I think I'll like that the most. So let's see what scientist does. And you guys can let me know in the comments what I should. Oh, you know, lately I feel like everything's been moving so quickly. So much more quickly than the usual dragging boredom. Not being all alone. I don't know why it glitches out like that. I don't know if it's capturing that. Whether time is slow or fast depends on perception. Relativity theory is so romantic and so sad. Or at least, I remember hearing something like that. So what do you think of this outfit? Scientifically speaking, of course. You're scientifically adorable. Oh, you think so? Thank you. That's some very useful data. This costume? Actually, it means a lot to me personally. See, my real father was a ship's engineer. I always wanted to be just like him when I grew up. Of course, that was never able to happen. But, well, I guess being a computer program is as close to being a real computer scientist as I'll ever get. So this one means a lot to me. Do you think that sort of thing is fine for a girl to follow her footsteps? Of course. I'm glad you think so. Well, anyway, I suppose we can get back to work now. Scientifically speaking, I would be happy to help test some more theories with you. Okay, so detective, and then we're gonna call it a day. Alright, so change outfit. Oh, gotta underscore that. Let's see what she looks like as a detective. Ooh, I like it. She's got a pipe and everything. I knew the dame was in trouble the moment they connected to my ship. Couldn't say a word, left all the questions to me. Or something like that. But really, now we both match, don't we? I mean, obviously you're some sort of investigator, so I think this goes especially well. Right? I mean, what do you think? Oh, well, thank you. Actually, this one is based off a movie I saw as a child. I guess the name doesn't really matter since countless hundreds of years old and all, but anyway, it was my favorite. I don't really normally like mysteries, but the love story in it was just so wonderful. Well, that and it had a really cute guy for a hero. Anyway, he dressed like this and it looked really great. Sidekick, huh? I like it a lot. So about the whole look, you don't really mind when a girl dresses or acts more like a guy then? I don't mind at all. Well, I think it's actually a really good look, so I'm glad. I don't mind either. You know, the part that's really sort of funny? I actually have no idea what an outfit like this is supposed to feel. Not like emotionally, I mean literally. I have no idea what suits feel like. I've never worn them in my life. Ah well, the chance for that has long disappeared. Anyway, I should stop babbling. I'm really just excited, that's all. I suppose I should really get back to it. Lead on, investigator, and your trusty sidekick will help you as best she can. Aww, I don't know, I like them all. Like, the scientist one worked pretty well. We've only unlocked 10%, good lord. Okay, I don't know if this game's only a couple hours long or not. Maybe the people lied to me. But it's a good start and I like it. I want to dig into this and see more about where it's gonna go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. If you gave it a shot, thank you so much. And if you don't like it, there's plenty of other games that I will be tackling in the near future, so hang tight, including Zero Time Dilemma. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's go. I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. Yep. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change